Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of 2024. My first video since I graduated from college. I hope you're having a great day and I have so much to share with you guys in this first video of 2024. So let's dive right in. This video has been a long time coming. 2023 was kind of a crazy and unexpected year that threw so many curveballs in my direction. There have just been so many things going on in my mind, thoughts about career and spirituality and friendship, and so many things about myself. So if you watch this channel, you might know that I recently graduated from college back in May 2023. Kind of scary that it's been 7.5 months since then. I have been thinking and overthinking what direction I want to take this channel now that I have graduated. And when I tell you the transition into post-grad life that I'm still very much going through right now has been such an emotional roller coaster. And that is a little bit of what I want to fill you guys in on today. I have really done a lot of thinking and everything is kind of finally feeling like it's coming together for the start of the new year, and I just really wanted to bring you guys along the process, get back to YouTube, get back to vlogging, because I'm someone that I learned also loves and needs to create. For me and in these videos, a huge theme of this new year is about becoming. I feel like this past 6 months has given me so much time to think and reflect. It's made me feel uncomfortable in ways that have really got me questioning, really got me rethinking things about my past and my present and what kind of future I want to build and what kind of person I want to be and what things I need to set in place to become that person. I'm finally ready to begin this year with a new mindset and to finally start incorporating YouTube back into my life. This is a journey that I'm so excited for us to go on together, because I think that we are always in our lives constantly evolving and learning how to transform in different eras of our life. So some of you guys have been wondering what I have been up to ever since graduating. So if someone were to ask me, how have things been? I almost wouldn't even know where to start. Immediately after graduation, I went on this big post-grad trip to Asia with a bunch of my friends, and that was almost like a core memory. I have vlogged it, but I haven't got around to editing it yet, unfortunately. Asia was beautiful. I think it might have been the happiest I had been all year. Celebrating the closing of this giant chapter of our lives, while being hopeful about the next chapter of our lives and not having to worry about what it was actually like. I would describe this period of a time as one where everything was blossoming. New friendships, new dynamics, for me even a new romantic relationship. It almost felt like an experience that I would dream of having with my friends as a kid. By the time the trip ended, I had so much motivation and vigor towards life. By the time I got back to New York, I still had that momentum. I felt rejuvenated. I felt like I had all these friends, this new relationship to come back to, a new job to come back to, and I was pumped. Everything felt right. This was about like summer of 2023. I would say the end of May and the start of June was the first time in a long time that things kind of just felt perfect. I carried that energy into the start of summer, and my job was beginning on the first week of June. So flew back from this incredibly memorable grad trip to New York. I had like a 4-day grace period and then started my 9-to-5 job. And let me tell you, this was the start of a new an incredibly complicated era. The minute that I entered this 9-to-5 corporate routine is when my life started to take a turn into uncharted waters. Pretty much from the first couple weeks of this job, I started to question so many things about my life. Suddenly, my entire day, I would do this job, and albeit it wasn't that demanding, I have friends that are investment bankers, their whole life is their job. My job, not like that. But it was, at the same time, kind of a harsh realization to see you know, even though my job is not like that, even though I have more of a traditional kind of like chill 9-to-5 job, that it still became the majority of my life. By the end of the day, I pretty much couldn't find the time for myself. Once that realization started setting in, it came with a lot of emotional turbulence for me. I had stopped posting videos on YouTube, I had stopped filming. Even like my social relationships that I felt were so strong at the end of my trip started dwindling. The time spent between my job and this new relationship, and even just like taking care of my basic needs, I felt like that was all I could manage. For me, I could feel like something big was missing. I grappled with these feelings almost like from the minute I woke up to the end of the day for like the past 6 months. I am such an overthinker. My thoughts about like my career, present and future kind of consumed my entire life. And I suddenly was just like berated by all these negative thoughts. It was about how I interacted with people socially at work. It was about, you know, again, my job, whether that's the salary or the industry or like my future prospects. It was kind of this fear of like, oh my gosh, is the rest of my life going to be like this? Not having enough time for myself at the end of the day. And after a while, it kind of became this feeling of being trapped. Just kind of feeling like no matter what I did, the way that I was feeling wasn't changing. But honestly, looking back now, I realized that that feeling was actually a blessing in disguise, because it forced me to question things and do things that I had always kind of been on autopilot about before. In college, I feel like the future was something that was in the back of my mind, but in a way it was always kind of like, I'll worry about that when I graduate. And once I did graduate, and I found myself on a day-to-day cycle where I wasn't very happy or fulfilled, that's when I was like, okay, this isn't something that I can just keep in the back of my head anymore. My happiness, my well-being, my feeling of fulfillment and purpose is something that cannot be passive, but it has to be something I am actively working on. There are a bunch of different things that I started doing and that I am continuing to try to do into this new year. The difficult emotions that I had, I will also be diving into a lot more throughout this new year. The feelings of like being trapped and dissatisfied with my life that I haven't felt in a long time, or at least I wasn't forced to like kind of face head on in a long time, have actually given me a lot of clarity about what I do want and what I do need in my life to kind of be the self that I want to show up as every day. So that was kind of my initial attempt at catching you guys up on the second half of 2023 after graduating college. In the past year, I've been stewing in all these thoughts and making all these plans. I feel like I finally have this vision, and not only the vision, but the specifics, whether that be new goals or hobbies, plans, routines, projects, and specific projects that I'm really excited to bring to you guys. Those which I've been struggling so hard to figure out in the past 6 months, finally, recently, I feel like all come together. So to answer your question, what have I been up to after graduating? A lot, and also mostly sitting at a desk from 9 to 5. And I also am setting the tone for what's to come on this channel in this next chapter of YouTube. We are adulting. We are taking on the real world, no longer shielded by the four walls of a large university. I have plans for 2024, guys. After 6 months of taking my time and really thinking about things, I know where I am now and I know where I want to be. And the rest of this year is going to be about closing that gap and doing the things, starting the projects, and transforming my life into something that I want to wake up to every single day. I really hope that resonates with you guys. You know, I was so scared of graduating college because I knew that things might not be as easy. But honestly, after graduating, I am excited because I feel this new sense of challenge and this new level of like graduated to bigger obstacles. And we have this kind of new responsibility for ourselves in our lives that if we don't like what we're seeing or we aren't really feeling that satisfied with the way things are, then we have to go and change it. And that challenge, I have realized, is something that I can be afraid of, or it's something that can make life more exciting. I am excited now to see so many different areas in my life that have room to grow. And I know there were a lot of words that I just spoke. I am not kidding when I tell you I have probably sat down like 40 times with my laptop or notebook to try to figure out like what my perfect first video after college is gonna be. I was so focused on making the perfect comeback that I honestly didn't even get started at all. And I kind of accepted, to me, that good things come with time. And that maybe it was something that I needed to think about for longer before rushing into. But guess what? Today's the day. January 13th, 2024. Hey, it might be 6 months later than I thought, but I trust the process. I'm really excited to see just how far we can go. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in next week's video.